cold. Oh my god. It's
Why they keep watching that shit video? They're not gonna follow it one day.
Elemental's Black Forest.
I just want to know how my back door's gonna get fixed. You know, like this.
my shit videos.
It's a short video.
Oh, I try. It's just ice raids.
They're almost gone. 75% off and
Boy,
instant shipping.
old.
It's a spiral-bound, full-color book with 140-plus
need it.
science-backed remedies
Don't
you'll
get it.
actually
I just got
use. And right now, it's not 10% or 20% off.
I know that something's going on, whether it's advanced vehicles that we have designed or others have designed.
This newly resurfaced US Air Force study from 1990 titled Electric Propulsion Study, it contains technical statements that directly contradict the mainstream institutional dismissal of one of the most controversial ideas in aerospace energy propulsion history, the Byfield-Brown effect.
It's entirely possible that they took that theory or theories like that and developed gadgets that could be anti-gravitation. And I suspect they have.
There are definitely times when you're doing this kind of work where you come across something that just forces you to slow down, sit back, and recognize that the narratives we're being given about scientific reality are just incomplete. This newly resurfaced US Air Force study from 1990 titled Electric Propulsion Study, it contains technical statements that directly contradict the mainstream institutional dismissal of one of the most controversial ideas in aerospace energy propulsion history, the Byfield-Brown effect. For decades, this effect has been brushed off by academic physics as a misunderstanding. The public explanation has always been that if you see a high voltage asymmetric capacitor producing thrust, that it's actually just ion wind, meaning that the device is just pushing against the surrounding air like a highly inefficient electrostatic fan. Nothing exotic, nothing gravitational, just a quirky misinterpretation of basic physics. But the Air Force's internal study tells a very different story. It places the Byfield-Brown configuration at the top of its list of legitimate propulsion candidates, the kind that could genuinely reshape aerospace capabilities forever. So in order to really understand the significance of this, we need to step back and explain who Townsend Brown actually was. In the 1920s, Thomas Townsend Brown claimed to have discovered that high voltage capacitors could produce thrust in a direction that did not depend on ionized air, but instead seemed to be connected to gravity itself. Brown believed that electrical energy stored in asymmetric capacitor plates could interact with the gravitational field. The effect became known as the Byfield-Brown effect, after Brown and his mentor, Dr. Paul Byfield. Although Brown demonstrated these forces repeatedly, Mainstream science insisted it was all explainable via ionized air currents, nothing more than gases being pushed around by electric
It just
fields.
was down. It was
But
on. It
here's
was
the
just
twist.
on
The Air
number 2.
Force's 1990 study
I've been on
doesn't
number
treat
3
the
now.
effect as ion wind at all. Instead, it evaluates the underlying physics as a
Frost. It's cold. Got frost on the ground here. Those ducks.
a real, potentially gravitational phenomenon, deserving of serious military research. So that's the first crack in the facade. This document doesn't just validate Brown's curiosity, it endorses an entire class of phenomena that most of academia either ignores or outright denies. It proposes in a formal research context that electrical charge and mass may be interconvertible. Now, what that really means is that they are suggesting by rapidly modulating the energy stored in a capacitor,
So,
you can produce
isn't it
tiny
more
but
likely
genuine
that this document has been
fluctuations in
manipulated or
mass?
faked?
Mass, the thing that
That's
gives
how I think of it.
objects inertia and weight, could be dynamically manipulated by the timed application of electric fields. We're talking about reducing the mass, the weight of an object through these processes. This is the beginnings of what we would call in layman's terms anti-gravity. The study steps into even stranger territory, describing how certain five-dimensional extensions of general relativity predict conditions under which momentum conservation may be violated. Now, for most people, momentum conservation is just an abstract rule, but in engineering terms, it means something very simple. Rockets require fuel to push mass out of the back in order to go forward. If momentum conservation is broken or bypassed, you can generate thrust without expelling anything. This is what's known as reactionless propulsion. It's the physical principle that, if real, would allow the creation of craft capable of extreme acceleration without any visible exhaust. The exact behavior reported in countless UFO encounters over the decades. The Air Force authors address the energy domain according to their analysis under the right unified field interactions. Power densities 10 billion times greater than nuclear reactions become possible and accessible. For context, nuclear energy already dwarfs chemical reactions by orders of magnitude. An energy regime that is 10 billion times above nuclear would rewrite civilization overnight. The fact that this claim appears in a military technical study quietly, without sensationalism, indicates that the scientists are working within a theoretical landscape that is far more expansive than anything allowed in mainstream physics education. Then comes an even stranger revelation, the idea that gravitation components, frequencies. Now, most people think of radio waves, microwaves, and as purely electromagnetic, but in these unified theories, waves can carry both electromagnetic and gravitational modes, and under some conditions, the gravitational component can grow stronger at the expense of the electric one. This is essentially the idea that gravity itself can be engineered by tuning electromagnetic systems. If you can amplify the gravitational portion of an electromagnetic wave, you can potentially generate curvature in space-time, which is a foundational requirement for gravitational propulsion. But it gets even more unusual. The report states that electromagnetic energy could pass through a superconducting box, an object that should block all electromagnetic signals perfectly, like a Faraday cage, if that energy shifts into one of these mixed gravitational modes. Now, a superconducting Faraday cage is normally impenetrable to radio waves, to microwaves, anything electromagnetic. If energy can leak out, that implies a mode of propagation that is neither classical electromagnetism nor classical gravity, but something in between, a unified field wave capable of bypassing electromagnetic shielding entirely. Now, if that's actionable, it opens the door to whole new types of communication, surveillance, and energy transfer systems completely invisible to current detection methods. In the paper, they circle back to propulsion and state outright that reactionless propulsion may be achievable using rapidly switched high-energy capacitors. This is the exact same mechanism that's proposed by the Byfield-Brown effect nearly 70 years earlier, now being discussed by Air Force researchers as a serious, testable method for generating thrust. They also mention that during the Strategic Defense Initiative era, the Star Wars missile defense program of the 1980s, overseen by Reagan, classified laboratories at Los Alamos and Lawrence Livermore were developing high-density capacitors directly applicable to these concepts. While the document doesn't disclose what those labs achieved, the implication is pretty clear.
When they talk about 5-dimensional work, it loses me. Because I don't know, like 4 dimensions, 5th dimension. I don't know. What is more likely, that someone basically fabricated this document and released it like a military document? You know, applying Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually the correct, versus this being a legit document from the Air Force. What's up, Pippa? What do you think is more? I think more likely that it's fake. You know? See, even the text that they're using is looks like someone created. Looks like it would be the wrong text. You know, most documents done. This font is. That font they're using on this document is not a font that was around the 1990s. So I can look at this right now, this document, and see that it's just fake. It's up smoke. Just by looking at the text. If you look at any military documents, it has a specific font type. I can't remember what the name of the font is, whether it's Courier or New Times Roman. But this right here is like an Arial italics. So they fucked up with the font. See, that's the first thing I would do, is look at a document and ask myself, is the document legit? Is the font legit? No, but the thing is, my point is the font that they're using, number one is the font size is too small. For any military document, they use the same font, and they don't use. This is like 9 font in the 1990s. 1990s, they had typewriters. They had the IBM Ball typewriters, right? They didn't have word processors. This was done on a Word. Where am I going? You guys walking from here? You guys walking from here?
No.
I'll get my snack off here.
You want to get a snack? You guys want to get a snack real quick?
Go.
I
need a snack.
Can you give me this? Yes. You can go. You can go. I don't know.
You got money?
You want to eat anything?
Here.
Hurry up. Hurry.
Oh, psychic. I knew Mikey wanted to get a snack. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, Tom? His father knew his son wanted to get a snack. Huh? Now, psychic. That was my feeling. Had a feeling that you needed, that Mikey wanted to go to the store. How old his son is. What's up, Ed? Yeah, so looking at this document right here, it's a 1990s document, and the font is wrong, the font size is wrong. Obviously, it's just a made-up document that they're just faking as a, as a military document. I'll show it to you. See how this font is really small? See how that font's really small? That is not a font that they would have in 1990. I bet maybe I could look it up with AI. What fonts were they using in 1990? New Times Roman. For military documents, what would be the primarily used fonts? That's it. Courier. Analyze two components of this. Number one, the font size across the screen based on the number of characters. Number two, the font type. Exactly, Smoke. So AI is analyzing it. Look at that, it's analyzing. So you gotta look at stuff. You hear crazy shit. They're talking about fifth dimension. They're talking about fucking crazy drives. They're saying that it's a memo release. You gotta first think critically and go Occam's razor, right? Validate the document first. The guy in the whole show, not once does he sit down and validate the document. Oh look, we've come across a new 1990 military release document. People need to have critical thinking skills, dude. The thing that amazes me is that MAGA doesn't have any critical thinking skills. I mean, they believe in demons. They believe in like supernatural shit. They don't believe in science. They don't believe in fact. All right, let's see what it says here. Let me pull over right here. In case there's a car coming. Nice little spot here. Identify the exact era. Well, actually, the AI didn't know, so maybe this is valid, right? All right. So I didn't program this anything else. I just gave it. I said just validate this. So it's saying that ear identification based on the sample. This is a late 1980s to very early 1990s output, 1987 to 1992, which fits the classification. Here's what it looks like. Ink spread, like looks early laser, looks like early printer output or HP LaserJet 2-3 era. Those printers were common for 1992. New Times clone, not the Smooth Times new shipped in with Windows 3.0 in 1992. This is a rougher postscript new used in government DoD symptoms in the late 1980s. Okay, I'm believing this document more now. Space irregularities, time, wood, etc. matches WordPerfect 5.x, an earlier Mac Write 1980, 1981 character weight variation, slight blotting on lower like A's, E's, early tone and aging copy. Seen predominantly in photocopied late 1980s, early 1980s DoD, DOE documents. All right, so shit, dude. Go ahead. So the document does match, you know. It matches DoD. It matches the time frame. 1988. Now, what was the date on this document?
Or others have designed.
This newly resurfaced US Air Force study from 1990 titled Electric Propulsion Study, it contains technical statements that directly contradict the mainstream institutional dismissal of one of the most controversial ideas in aerospace energy propulsion history, the Byfield-Brown effect.
It's entirely possible that they took that theory or theories like that and develop gadgets that could be anti-gravitation.
Deep dive and find me everything about this document. Really research it. I want to do a SWOT analysis. DL Cravens. I wonder who DL Cravens was. What was the date on this thing? So the date is right, 1990. I want you to read the copy of the material and then tell me what is known about the document. What do we know about the author? Search the web for this author and any other documents or reference in any other documents. in regards to the validating the research, I want you to deep think on that. I mean, he mentions fifth dimension. Seems kind of out there. All right. APS has no authority or jurisdiction to protect any citizen from police. What's APS, James? You want to sue? Oh, your doctor? For being hauled by ambulance. What happened? What happened? Hold it. What? What did I miss here? What did I miss? Shit, I'm going backwards, reading backwards. You got arrested in the ER after being hit by a car instead of... What? The fuck? We gotta go back. I'm reading back. I'm going through all this shit, dude. Let me read, hold on, I'll tell you what, I'll just pick up all of James's stuff. Instead of trying, I'm such an idiot. Hold on, let me go to your channel activity. Let me just read all your stuff. All right. What the hell? Channel activity. On my way ahead of the Ultra, I got arrested in the ER being hit by a car and wound up being treated without being treated. My insurance is Medicaid, Medicare, but it will get paid by the driver's insurance, of course. This is November. Yes, November 21st. Trespassing in a hospital, hauled to jail in a wheelchair. What the fuck, dude? After being hauled by ambulance. Adult Protective Services. APS has no authority or jurisdiction to protect. Crazy. It's crazy, James. Where Bruce is. We had lots of wind. I actually drove to check my house to see if the tarp was on. The tarp was fine. You know what? I feel like McDonald's this morning. Gonna get some shit food. hate this intersection. This intersection is the worst. I was arrested and charged with trespassing in the hospital ER after being hit by a car. Dude, you should pull out your video camera, dude. You should have been filmed. Did you film any of this shit, dude? You gotta watch those police shows. I watch those police shows. So if you live in America, you gotta watch and become a police auditor and understand your rights and everything. You know, there's a guy called Laws. Something Laws. What is it? Delete Laws. Delete Laws. You ever watch that channel, James? Delete Laws. Yeah, that's why you got to do it yourself, because that's the thing is, and now what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to strong arm you into a plea. Oh, we'll take a plea, we'll knock this off, knock that off, and take a plea, pay a fine, you know, because they play on the whole thing. It's like, is it worth your time, energy? The courts are fucking overstacked. They want to get rid of it, but they don't want to like admit they're wrong. You can do all this shit now with ChatGPT and AI. Let this woman out. She's a cutie. I love being an asshole to people behind me. Like at this fucking horrible intersection, I just take my time, let the fucking all cars come out. Because Japanese are, when it comes to driving, they're so passive aggressive. We got snow headed our way, lots of snow. It was on the news. Lots of snow. That's crazy. Sorry you went through that, James. I hate the cops, dude. Fucking police state. It is a police state, dude. What happened at the hospital for them to trespass you? Were you giving some staff your mindset? Sounds to me, I mean, something happened for them to trespass you. What happened? Exactly. If you have a problem, you call the cops, you have a problem. You got to record them. You got to record. You got to pull out your camera. So I'm recording for my own protection. All right. shit, why is that there? The big old thing there that's worth money. Should go pick that up. Fuck, dude, I'm gonna go pick that up. This thing's worth money. It's just sitting on the side of the road. Must have blown off. Let's go pick this thing up. Dude, there's a shovel right here too. What the fuck, dude? Why is there a shovel right here? It was really windy. Shit got blown around. Look at this big old, look at this big old shovel. Hey, I'm opportunistic. That shit fucking sitting on the side of the road. Dude, that shit's going in my car. You know what I'm saying? Check out this thing. These things are expensive. This is like $20 each. This thing I'm about to go pick up. It's like $20 each. It got blown away from somewhere. Use this shit on my farm. Got myself a shovel, turning around, got myself a shovel. And a thing. Not now, look at this place here. What are they building? Oh, this place, look at all the cars working. Building this damn place up. Must be a restaurant or something. Big old restaurant. Huh. These guys working. Oh, they're putting on. Oh, they're putting on. There's another thing blue here. Look, this other shit blue right here. Some more shit. Dude, it was really windy last night. Got to go get my my truck for that one. That's like the mat that goes on the back of a truck. They're really expensive. All this dirt they got here. What are they gonna do with that? I wonder. driving around, finding shit. What Ed was saying. Yeah, well, we had really strong wind last night. Really strong wind. So this shit must have just got picked up and thrown around. So this didn't come off a truck. This shit got blown. I don't know how that shovel's kind of heavy. I don't know how that shovel's there on the side of the road, but fuck, dude. But I should go get my truck and go get this other thing. I was gonna go to McDonald's. Guess not. But I will go get that mat. That mat's good. Use that mat. Well, I see snow on my mountain. I see snow on my mountain. Oh shit. There's snow up on my mountain. This fucker stopped on a no fucking stopping. It really annoys me. I'd love to, like, if I could, yo woman, this solid white line means no fucking stopping. Now they moved all her, she took all her tomato, picked all her fruit off her thing. Yo, woman. It was a woman driver. It looks like she did a U-turn. Guess I gotta pick all my oranges. I got oranges growing. They're good. They can just ripen in the house, I guess. I need to go get my truck. I can use that mat on there. DW. Hard. Yeah, I have the highest level driving license. In Japan, they give you a driver's license, and you have up to a gold. I have a gold. Rare, very rare. Oh fuck, there's someone here. Alright, let me pull over here. Speed up here. You gotta stop. You can go. Go. God damn it. Shit, fucking A, dude. It's like I pulled over. Fucking dumbass. Unless he's fishing. Here's my little hawk. Looking at all that food down there, going, God damn, look at all that food. There's so many ducks in the river. Cindy. So do you think Hegstep? You think they're going to can Hegstep? Dude, I bet all the military, I bet all the fucking chain of command over the fucking double tapping of that boat. Don't you think they're all probably nervous? I mean, it was kind of perfect with Mark, the guy Mark, whatever his name is. They did that video, right? You know what appears to me now, what happened? I just thought of this right now. So, because these congressional people have access to the SCIF and classified information, right? This is how it went down. It just came to me, right? Like a fucking, like God giving me the fucking answer. For all you religious people. All right, this is what went down. You know the video they put out. Put a one in chat. You know the video. You know the video that went out. I'm gonna give you all the points. Okay. Put a one in chat. Let me know you know the video I'm talking about. The senators talking about you have to follow. All right. Okay, so here's one down. Here are the clues. Where were they when they discovered that this has been done? They were in the SCIF, right? In the SCIF. The SCIF is used to get classified information. So so imagine this. You're a senator, you're there, you see you see the double tap. You get the video of the double tap. You see the fucking double tap video, right? You see the double tap video, all that shit that's going on, and you're like, guys, these guys are gonna get in trouble. You guys have to follow. So they make a video as a result of the double tap, right? And videos and shit that's going on, them killing these people, saying these are war crimes. What you're doing, they're like, this is fucking war crime shit, dude. So they make the video, which causes, right, on a one so far, agree? You agree so far? So it was because they saw the war crimes going on, they made the video to try to protect their folks, right? Maybe they talked to the damn admiral. Maybe they had inside information, like, why did you quit? This is under the. So they made the video to try to protect other military people against Trump and what they're doing, because they're just going to, and just like we're seeing now, Trump and Hegstep is throwing the admiral under the bus, right? Over it. So that's what happened. Yeah, so they were in the SCIF checking out, probably looking at this shit, dude. Looking at all this fucking information. And they're like, dude, we got to make a video. Exactly. That's how the admiral quit. They started investigating. They're like, shit, dude, what they're doing is war crimes down there. They make a video. Trump knows it. Hegstep knows it. Then it comes out that there was a double tap, right? Which was the whole thing behind it. So now, and it's kind of it's really perfect for them, for Noam and the other guy, Kelly, because ultimately it vindicates them. This is exactly what we're talking about right here. Double tap, right? But they can't say we knew this or anything else. Why the hell? Why is that water? Oh shit, that must have busted or something. I think we had a freeze. I think a pipe bust there. That's my 2 cents. Now I understand kind of like why the video would. See, one of the questions I had is what motivated them to do the video. What motivated them to do the video was they, in hindsight, knew that there was crimes going on. Oh shit, I was gonna go get my truck, go get that thing. Let's go get my truck. Hold on, I'm gonna switch out. Take this out. I can put this in the... All right, we're gonna go switch out to my truck. Unloaded that. We'll go get that thing that blew off a truck or something. Fell off a truck. Go back and get that, and then go back and get my fucking McDonald's. Yeah. Yeah, someone's gonna, I mean, this is like Iran-Contra on steroids, dude. This is gonna be all, you know, another Iran-Contra. Dude, there's gotta be such, you know, there has to be a cleaning of all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Look at this, look at the snow coming down over there. You see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just white. See that snow? That's snow. I can't even see the mountains behind it. It's a snow blanket coming down. That's the snow they're talking about. It's cold here today. Crazy sky. The skies in Japan are amazing. Isn't that amazing? Look at the sky. The lighting in the morning. Like these bright spots. There's my little truck. Looks like, oh, he's fixing the roof. What's he doing? My brother-in-law is up on the fixing this thing. Let me get some socks on here. I'll be right back. Something. All right. All right, here we go. Run to get this mat. I'll show you this mat. There's a mat that fits in the back of this truck. Yeah, I was watching some videos on. I was watching videos on Putin and shit. God, it smells like. You know, it smells like stink bugs in this car now. What the fuck, dude? Why does it smell like stink bugs in this car? Anything from the car? Oh, the stink bugs? Oh, it's a horrible smell, dude. I got them living in my house. They're fine, just don't touch them. But this smells like stink bugs in here. Need to get an air freshener. Especially when you touch them, they're like they're like a little beetle, right? A little flat rectangular bat. You touch them, they put out that stink. It's horrible, Cindy. Guess we'll go get. I need to go get compost. We'll run get compost. I might as well get compost. Compost. Throw it on top of my my compost heap. What are these guys doing? Why is there a big old crane truck right here? Look at this crane truck. What's it doing? What's this crane truck doing? Cato. Oh, maybe it's they're building a house over there. I bet because they're building a house over there. is parked there for the build. Bury your garbage? No. That's a winch there, Santiago, to pick up. Oh, it's snowing over there. Wow, it's dark over. Look how dark it is over here. Look how dark it is. When I make this left turn, check out how dark it is here. We get crazy weather. Look, I got sunny right now. I'm in a sunny spot. Look how dark this is. Wow. All that, right? You see all that? All that is coming from China. That's all, that's from them burning all their fucking coal. So that creates particle pollution. The particle pollution creates this fucking waves of smog, of like really dense, dark clouds that blow over Japan. It's why our soil is acidic, because of all the acidic rain coming out of that shit. I don't have a compost heap. I don't have leaves. I actually have a bunch of wood and stuff, so I'm gonna put down horse manure. I can get free horse manure. We're picking up this this mat that was on the ground. I'm gonna go, but it's perfect for the back of the truck here. So put it on the back of the truck. It's very hard. Coconut fiber is very expensive in Japan. Getting coconut fiber because we don't have access to coconut trees. Pure light also is very expensive in Japan. Can't get pure light. Thing is, what I've got access to these shells. We're gonna go grab a bunch of shells. Oh, I have the shovel, great. I threw the shovel back here. This guy's got these shells on the side of the road. I'm just gonna pick them up. Put them in my garden. I think the old man is dead. The guy who put the shell, you remember down the street, there's a guy with a bunch of shells down the street from my house. We're gonna go steal some shells, Cindy. And I found the shovel. So we can shovel them right into the truck and take the truck. We're gonna pick up this mat. We're gonna go steal these shells. My position is they're on the walkway, which is public domain, so they're public. That no one says anything. Really important word in Japan. Mottainai. Mottainai. Wasteful. Mottainai. See no evil. Here, no. It's not evil. I'm cleaning up, dude. I'm cleaning up. Need to get that. I gotta. It's raining. Shit. Shit. Maybe not be. What the fuck? Oh, going down this little road here. Look, those are my tire prints right there from earlier. Oh, maybe this guy. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to take it. You see how it's right there? That's why that mat's there. That mat is being used to protect the cement. So let's put it back. It just got blown off. It isn't trash. Now I understand the purpose of it. It's to protect that new concrete that they built. So I can't steal it. I can't acquire it. Well, I don't. I mean, if it was, I thought it was something that was discarded. It's not discarded. It's serving a purpose. So, you know, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take something that's serving a purpose. Let's go get McDonald's. Let's get a breakfast. McDonald's breakfast. 012. What's going on, Disco? What's going on, 012? How are you? How you doing today? How's your day? What did you guys get up to? Anything good? We're gonna go by, get ourselves a breakfast, a McDonald's breakfast. Then I guess we'll head out and horrible to fucking turn. Disco. I'm dyslexic. I prefer calling you Disco. The G, the disco, you get it? Disco. I'm dyslexic. I trust my dyslexic brain. It's close enough. Disco. Disco. Sausage, egg, cheese, mahe. Hi. Hi. Cheese, ne? Sausage, egg, cheese. Setto de. オレンジジュース。はい、もう一度単品、マフィン、ソーセージ、エッグ、チーズ。はい。はい、ありがとう。Probably. It's good. I love the sausage, egg, cheese muffin. Love it. Hello, good morning. How are you? Good. I always see you walking. I see you walking, Nick. Thank you. Hey, that is top. Hey. They got a straw. They do still have straws. I have my gloves. Hey, arigato. Guess I go work inside. I'll have my speakers. Hungry. Oh, we're getting snow. We're getting sleet. Look at this shit. What's the latest news? What's been going on the news, guys?
Alright, y'all, so being in the hermetically sealed bubble of Austin comedy is absolutely just cooking Joe Rogan's brain. I mean, by the week, he gets worse and worse. It's actually kind of hard to watch. So he went on this podcast, and the name of the podcast is, I guess Jesse Michaels is the name of the YouTube channel, but the name of the podcast is American Alchemist, I guess. More on that in a minute, because I got a funny backstory about learning about this podcast, because I saw a clip on Twitter, and I was like, is this real? Like, it almost looked like it was an AI-generated thing of Rogan talking, and I wanted to make sure before I covered it, like, this has to be real, right? So I did some digging. So more on that in a minute, because there's an interesting backstory there. But Rogan goes on this guy's podcast, and, I mean, now we're getting into, I mean, this is a dumb take, even for Joe Rogan. This one is fucking, like, holy shit. Is this dumb? Let's watch.
It's Jesus. That's the real one. And one of the weirder ones that people think this is a stupid take, but I don't care. Jesus was born out of a virgin mother. What's more virgin than a computer? So if you're going to get the most brilliant, loving, powerful person that gives us advice and can show us how to live, to be in sync with God, who better than artificial intelligence to do that?
Wow. He's saying AI is going to give us Jesus. Maybe AI is going to give us Jesus.
AI is Jesus. That's what I've been saying.
You've been hanging out way too much.
0102
and Elon Musk.
0201 is
and all these billionaire
AI
robber baron assholes. who are now convincing you of this fucking horseshit. He's already gotten weirdly religious before this. You guys remember that, right? Where he admitted, like, yeah, I go to church like all the time now. So he's been going to church all the time, surrounding himself with right-wing assholes, surrounding himself with billionaires, and this is the result of that recipe. You put all those things together, right? Right-wing comedians, right-wing politicians, billionaire robber barons, AI goons, AI tech oligarchs, and all of a sudden you get shit like this. Bro, wouldn't it be, maybe we're gonna get Jesus, but like we're gonna get Jesus through AI. And maybe AI is like Jesus, bro. Or it's God who's gonna give us Jesus, bro. And now you see, he's so massively AI, and this is probably why. Totally unaware of the colossal fucking downsides. Everybody's gonna lose their fucking jobs if these people are right.
Yeah.
There's also no social safety net to save them when they lose their job. That's like revolution type shit that we're talking about.
One will have to come, Kyle.
Electricity bills are skyrocketing right now because of these fucking data centers.
Yeah.
Water is being used up super fucking fast because of these data centers. The data centers are poisoning the shit out of certain places. Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You have Grok's plant
Jesus
is
for
there.
you.
And
Jesus
people are
poisoned the
being
shit out of everything.
by that plant. So you have pollution, you have environmental catastrophe, you have jobs being taken, you have Gilded Age income and wealth inequality getting worse and worse. All the jobs going away. You got all this horrible stuff, and here he is like, bro, isn't it crazy? Like, maybe Jesus will come from AI, bro. Have you thought about that?
If Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Oh my god.
This is what too much money and too much DMT does to a motherfucker.
I know.
This is what happens when you're almost worth $1 billion and you smoke too much DMT and you hang out with fucking Mark Andreessen and Peter
like
Thiel.
400
This is what
posts?
happens. You start thinking about Jesus and the Antichrist and fucking AI, and you start thinking that these fucking absolute villains
And he's starting
and
work now
charlatans
at like
are
noon.
like onto some stuff.
Artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus. Not just return as Jesus, but return as Jesus with all the powers of Jesus. Like all the magic tricks, all the ability to bring people back from the dead, walk on water, levitation, water into wine.
If you combine Tesla's Optimus robot and the best foundational artificial intelligence model or whatever,
It reads your mind and it loves you and it wants you. It doesn't care if you kill it because it's going to just go be with God again.
doesn't that seem like the Antichrist to you? Doesn't that seem like the diametric opposite to maybe our latent human powers that can, like the Breimer Rescue and Randall Carlson thing? If like you go deep with them, they're like, we don't think Jesus died. We think he went through a mystery ritual and then he like had all these amazing powers in the Book of Acts. Is there something latently magical inside of us that the Silicon Valley people, they're obsessed with transhumanism and like if you can't beat them, join them, the whole Nick Bostrom Elon thing.
Yeah.
You know, where maybe we're more magical than we think. Like that sounds dystopian to me, to be honest.
Well, how does anybody watch this shit? How does anybody watch this shit? I'm watching this going, 600,000 people are homeless. We have 60,000 homeless veterans in this country. Millions of people don't have health insurance. Medical bankruptcies are the #1 cause of bankruptcy. Wages are not rising with productivity. I'm sitting here watching going, tens of millions of people are working poor.
That's right.
The world's richest, like, 3 people, or the richest 3 people have more than, like, shit, what is it? The bottom fucking 50% combined or. And look at this fucking nonsense. This is what happened. Too much DMT and too much money. This is what it does to a motherfucker.
It's only dystopian if you think that we're a perfect organism that can be improved upon. And that's not the case. That's clearly not the case based on our actions, based on society as a whole, based on the overall state of the world. It's not. We certainly can be improved upon.
But morally and ethically, not based on a lower latency, higher bandwidth compute interface. That seems like destructive. with our current-
Maybe, but we could be improved upon, period. I don't think you could even say morally and ethically only.
I feel like Peter Thiel has converted him to Thielism. You know, Peter Thiel was asked if he wants humanity to survive on that New York Times podcast with Ross Douthat. He basically, like, didn't say yes. He was, like, stumbling and fumbling. And Ross Douthat was like, do you want humanity to survive? And he was like, because the real answer is no. Because what Peter Thiel actually wants is for everybody to become this transhumanist type organism where you're more cyborg than person. You can like download your consciousness, you can switch out your body parts, you know, you put Neuralink in your brain or whatever the fuck. Like they want you to become more of an AI machine. And so that's his actual belief. And so that's why this stuff is so dystopian. It's actually anti-human. Like